The Neosho Jefferson Street campus, formerly known as the Southwest Alternative Education Center, is an alternative educational environment offering intensive academic concentration and a supportive community that builds good character and positive relationships. Small class sizes provide students with individualized instruction, rich student-teacher relationships, and a sense of belonging. The school has a special commitment to character education and maintaining academic rigor.
What I do for academic rigor is, one thing here is because we do have smaller class sizes, we can keep track of what the students are doing and they don't fall through the cracks and just do just enough to get by. So I think all of the teachers here do a really good job of trying to push students to do their absolute best on assignments and not just the minimum required to get a passing grade. So that increases rigor. My particular subjects, history and government, really open themselves up to the complexities of life, and because of that really help for critical thinking exercises and really get students to think about the world and things that they will face, if not now, in the future. And that really opens it up to those challenging assignments for students.
It seems easier because the kids here make good grades, but it's just that you get more one-on-one and you get more help, therefore you make better grades.
The work is a lot easier, so not easier in the sense that you guys make it easier, that you guys actually help us with it, and actually we get to ask questions.
I feel comfortable about asking questions and don't get nervous about asking or feel stupid about asking.
It's pretty much the same work. The only difference is the classes are smaller, so you get the help that you need.
Yeah, I actually do feel pushed.
Yeah.
Like the teachers here, they give you assignments. Like Cordell's class, he gives you assignments, but there's specific things he puts you on to boost your level, because everybody's going to be on a different level. So
to me it's harder, but then again it's easier because the teachers teach it the way you need to understand it.
In some ways, yes, I do feel challenged. Like, the work is easy to me, but it's not in the necessarily the easy everybody will associate when I say easy. Like, school is easier, but it's not because of the work, it's because the teachers actually talk to you. They listen to you when you need help. They consider what the problem is. They consider the best way to help you, and then they help you.
Smaller class sizes tremendously impact student learning. It allows me to balance the remediation with enrichment more easily. For example, we follow the same curriculum as the high school does, but a lot of our students have gaps in their knowledge, and so I can quickly pre-test students to determine where those individual gaps are, and that allows me to provide enrichment where needed and also give individual attention to areas that students haven't mastered yet. Different students have gaps in different areas. A smaller class size allows me to spend time needed with each student to assist them in reaching their potential while promoting rigor and increasing time on task on whatever concept we're covering as well. Moreover, smaller class sizes lend themselves more easily to promoting character and other important social and life skills that many alternative students lack. Just benefits of small class size are far-reaching. There are more advantages than I could even begin to mention that you experience when you deal with a smaller class size.
When you come here, it's almost like you get a fresh, clean start, and I built a lot of character when I came here because I realized that people didn't always stereotype me, and I didn't have to be the way I was.
Again, it's trying to teach us morals and how to live and everything, and how to be courageous and stand up for what you believe in.
You can't have good character if you don't know what what character is, and I think Character Kickoff really helps people understand what they're what people look for.
really everyone gets along. People might hang out with different people, but you don't see any fights going on.
It's a lot more friendly here. We all have our different opinions, beliefs, but we all can interact like people, or how people should act.
Like kids come here and they don't seem like they have character at all, but by the time they're done here, it seems like a lot of them have changed, and for the better, of course.
My mom's even noticed. She's like, I see a big change in you since you started getting there. Because most people hear alternative and they look at us and they're like, oh, look, there's a problem child. It's not like that. It's like in the classroom at the high schools, we didn't get the one-on-one attention that we needed, so we couldn't understand. So we felt the need to act out in school. But now that we're here, we get the proper attention and help that we need. So.
And the character kickoff really helps. They don't have character kickoff at our school. They just say, this character word of the month is cooperation, and then they expect us to just cooperate and do all the characters of the month.
You guys make us think about what's right and wrong.
So it might be a little cheesy here and there, but it's pretty cool. I like it.
It's not cheesy.
I don't think it's cheesy. I think that it helps
it's making
us.
you a better person.
Yeah, it helps. We like being rewarded. We like being told when we do a good job.
Well, the first thing I do when I get a new student is give them a placement test, and they take the test. We find out what they can do, and then we go from there. Once I figure it out, we'll build from whatever level they're at. Really, the first thing I have to do is build their confidence level. So I'll spend as much time as necessary getting them to believe that they can actually be successful at what they're doing. And once that's figured out, once they get to where they believe, and then I'll start moving them up pretty fast as far as objectives go. Now, the classroom is divided into several different groups because the whole class is not working on the same objectives, because they're not. Some of the kids are almost ready for Algebra 2, and some of them I have to start from the ground up. So I group them by ability and groups of objectives so they can tackle those all at once and move up. My main objective really is for them not just to be successful, but to start to feel that math is not stupid. I want them to enjoy it, to have a good time with it. And they usually do after a while.
Like in Cordell's class, I was never good at math. I couldn't comprehend it. He's made it to where I can actually think about it and get the problems done.
No, seems a lot easier. I understand math better.
What's easier about it?
It just I get it. Yes.
I've learned stuff that I haven't really known. I've never really gotten. So I've been helped since I've gotten here.
Well, to me, the biggest obstacle to education is motivation. And so I try to choose materials that I know are inherently interesting for high school kids. And oftentimes kids end up learning when they don't even realize that they're learning. If they're already interested in something, then the teaching is easy.
I mean, if you think a class is boring, it's just not. You don't want to do it. You put in bad effort. You don't try at all. So if the class is something you're into and the teachers are cool and they're fun and everybody loves it, you're just like, oh, I like this class. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, actually, I'm getting better at math because I actually enjoy it. But usually I hate math, so.
At first it takes a while, but then I get it and I start to like every assignment.
They do make it more interesting, like they make us want to pay more attention here.
We learn what we're supposed to learn, they just make it more interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm always going home saying, oh my gosh, look what I learned today.
So do you like school?
Love school.
School itself, I'd much rather come to school than sit at home doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy school, and it's gonna suck when I graduate.
I never get that feeling that I want to stay home.
What's your favorite thing about the alternate school? Everything. Everything. Good answer.
Stop looking at me.
4.2%. Where does the Medicare tax come from?
there.
Perfect.
The board moves too much. It's gonna look like there's an earthquake.
Earthquake of knowledge.